Vernon-Monashee, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to thank my colleague from a member from Caribou-Chilcotin for his motion asking this House to recognize the lessons learned from this year's historic wildfire season and implement them to better prepare our response to future wildfires and needed post-wildfire recovery. I appreciate members' advocacy and presenting this motion as my own riding of Vernon-Monashee and surrounding communities were also impacted by the White Rock Lake fire. My sincere condolences and thoughts are with the people who lost their properties and houses and tragic loss of 2 precious lives to these devastating fires and the hardship people had to go through. Imagine the stress, anxiety, and pain of losing everything instantly and the time it takes to rebuild everything back. I want to reflect and show appreciation for the efforts of everyone in our communities coming together once again. As I have highlighted, Mr. Speaker, previously, our communities came together to help one another by opening their doors, their homes to people who were evacuated. Restaurants were offering free meals, and community members would gather to cheer on and show support to our incredible firefighters, equipment operators, Canadian Armed Forces, volunteers, and emergency crews every evening. I cannot emphasize enough the importance and responsibility as elected leaders to share correct and factual information with the people during these devastating times. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, there was so much misinformation about the wildfire emergency management BC response to the Monty Lake and White Rock Lake fire was being shared with people. Many people and firefighters have shared their frustration about this as these actions caused confusion and anxiety. These actions can also cause loss of lives and properties. I am sharing this because my staff and I have heard directly from people and firefighters and frontline responders. Also, such conversations can still be seen online. Total cost of wildfire suppression from April 1 to September 30th was about $565 million. This does not include future recovery costs. I want to thank Minister of Forest, Land, Natural Resource Operation and Rural Development and Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General for their regular check-ins, calls, and support during these difficult times. I want to thank our brave firefighters on the front lines and those who worked behind the scenes. They have tried their very best to keep us all safe despite facing many challenges caused by hot and dry weather, winds with little to no rain. Our BC NDP government allocated $136 million for direct fire costs in budget 2021 for the 2021-2022 wildfire season, the same as last year's firefighting budget, but $73 million more than was allocated in budget 2018. I am reassured and hopeful by the work that is being done by the Cabinet Working Group on Wildfire Recovery and our Premier's commitment to work to mitigate these risks all year round. Fire officials are also welcoming this commitment and saying the province is, I quote, trending in the right direction, end quote. The District of Logan Lake, as mentioned by previous speakers, was pioneer of BC Fire Smart program, which helps communities and individuals prepare ahead of time to reduce fire risks. And we can learn from the community of Logan Lake. I hope all members of this House will support this motion and will work together to address the emergency and urgency of climate change, as well as the plan to prepare for future natural disasters, whether it's fires, floods, earthquake, and other disasters, as well as to support this recovery and initiatives, whether it includes people's mental health and all these other areas. I appreciate the time to speak. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.